Alright, this is where we're set up for Starvation Bay. We pulled up camp here last night. Kids had a good little fire. I'll see if I can drop in a picture or so, but the whole park ended up here with all the kids. So there was about 10 kids here chowing down on marshmallows. We're packing up camp today. The weather's a bit average. The beach is not that great. And Sammy's feeling a bit sore and sorry for himself. So we're going to keep moving. But this is our little park. I think it was $16 a night. We get a good little space. There's some drop dunnies just over here. The beach is just on the other side of the bush here. You probably hear it. But there's not much of a shoreline. The beach comes right in and there's a whole lot of weed and stuff. So it's not ideal for kids playing around. So we're going to push on to Albany today, and I think we've got a nice little farm stay in order, so we'll check that out. But it's not bad for probably a one-nighter. You might be able to do some fishing here at Starvation Bay off the rocks, but it's not that great for kids so far, so we're going to push on.
Oh my!
Look at all the little things in here. Little rock pools, the shells. There's more coral. Good boy.
That's not decent. And I want to keep it.
Cool colours of the pond.
Oh, slipped into the... I actually don't even get wet here.
Starvation Bay, what do you reckon? Put you to sleep, hey? Interesting little beach.
It's just because the weather's overcast, but it's not cold, it's still 25 degrees. It's cool to explore the rock pools and stuff.
It's probably not the peak swimming beach, but it's definitely cool little overnighter. It's a good little cheap camp on the beach, so it's nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, we couldn't get into Lucky Bay, so this is our camping near the beach experience.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Our kids will just play on the sand tomorrow.
Yeah. Alright, we're at King River Park in Albany. We're just finishing setting up. Liv's is down some afternoon tea with Alex. Good job.
Dad, can you get me some milk?
Here's some milk with your donut.
No, I'm done my milk.
I'll come back to you. I'm going to quickly show everyone around. This is a good little spot.
It's nice. It's right on the river.
Right on the river?
We've had really bad weather, but...
Yeah. It's a bit of an older caravan park out the front with some on-site vans and stuff like that. I think it was $45 a night, roughly. But we've been put down the back here. There's only 3 or 4 vans here. But check out this ripping spot. It's right on the river. So this river wraps all the way around the back of the park and goes off down to beyonder down there. But you get some canoes you're allowed to use. The kids are allowed to jump in them. You can do some fishing off here apparently. I don't know what you catch, but I saw some old blokes down here last night. And I don't really know the seaworthiness of this one, so I wouldn't be getting in that. But the canoes look alright, and you can go jump in. It's a great little spot. Well, it's good outlook anyway. Beats being out the front of the park. It's about I reckon 10 minutes out of Albany itself, which is not a bad thing. So you get a little bit less traffic, a little bit less busier, and it's a nice little outlook. So it's a good little spot, I reckon. And we are pretty much set up over there. So we found it on just Wiki Camps, but it's a and it had sort of mixed reviews, but we gave it a go. We found another travel that went here and basically said make sure you get out the back, and they put you right on the river. So it's a good little spot. Happy with that. All right, that's us for the next. We're going to spend 4 days here. Let's go check out Albany. Where'd you go? Into the bank. So the others are doing some canoeing. Do you want to have a go?
No,
Why not?
I don't want it.
It looks really cool though, doesn't it? You sure you don't want to give it a try?
Yes.
What would you rather do?
Easy.
Maybe fishing. Sammy, you're doing it!
Stop here. Stop on the heel.
Wave!
Stop on the heel.
Sammy,
Oh, yeah.
is it fun? Is it fun, Sammy? Other way, Sammy. Yeah, we're just out the back and Olivia's trying to catch a big one. She caught a big one 10 years ago. Hey!
Wow.
Haven't caught a thing. Alright, today we have come to check out the National Anzac Centre down in Albany. We've just left the visitor centre as per usual. They're amazing. Those people that volunteer in there are awesome.
I can see
So we're just overlooking, I think it's Middleton Bay. We're nice and high up on the peak here, so it's a grouse view. But I'll see if we can get some footage as we roam around this place. There's lots of old naval gear here and stuff about the history.
11th of October 19.
Dedicated in memory of the men and women of the world's merchant navies, to those whose lives were lost in peace and war and whose only grave is the sea. If they've lasted this long.
I can hold it.
Wow, this is a really bad engine.
Oh, look, you're spinning it, mate. They're all guns.
How was I spinning that?
Do you know what they are, Sammy?
What?
They're all guns.
Ah,
Off a ship.
ah.
Can you aim right? Old torpedoes.
This was built to defend the important natural harbour of Albany, which was a stop on the shipping routes from Europe. So the ships came to Australia from Europe and they stopped in Albany.
Down to the bunker. You'll see it down this way, mate. This is where they used to hide in the bush and shoot from the hills.
Oh wait, Dad.
Oh, I reckon I can see it. Let's go down here. Plenty of protection up here on the hill. Plenty of camouflage.
This one went to Japan and it left in 1907.
Which one? Mom, which one? What about where?
After war was declared on the 1914 4th of August, Australian and New Zealand governments raised 2 new forces to support Britain and her allies.
And which one?
This is coming into Convoy Lookout. We've just walked up the convoy path and it had all the different ships that set sail during World War I. And that was really fascinating. I really enjoyed it actually. You get to see how many crew, officers and other ranks were on the different ships, plus obviously it had some horses and livestock, stuff like that. But yeah, it was really fascinating to see all the different ships. So we've just come up to the top of the hill, which is Convoy Lookout, and it's not a bad view. Check that out. I don't know if you can see, but it's a bit miserable sort of weather, but quite misty. There's a ship out there in the harbour. But it's a really great view. On a sunny day, we reckon this would be like this on a sunny day.
Really nice.
It'll be amazing. You can check out, there's a local golf course down here, looks alright. Yeah. And there's a couple of different beaches along the coastline. There's a magic view.
Alright, let's go.
Dad, you said that.
So we are on the Brig Amity
Yeah.
in Albany, and it was really informative. It only cost $12 for a family, and that was so we could go down below and have a look at what it was like living on the ship when they came to Australia in 1826, I think. The boys were really fascinated about how they managed to fit 61 men on this little ship, and yeah, it's a really good little thing to do. You get one of these audio things, and I had to listen to each one, so now I can explain it to the boys because they get a bit bored listening to them, I don't know. But it just means that it's very, very windy today. It's a terrible day in Albany actually. But yeah, we've got some information about the white settlers and the Aboriginal people who were here before then. Now that we can teach the boys about that part of our history.
Sammy's the captain at the minute. But look, you're steering the rudder. Turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it. Is it hard? Let's turn it. No, 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 turn it this way. Turn, 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 turn.
No, we're gonna go the other way. We're gonna cross into a wall.
Yeah.
We're gonna cross into a wall. Oh no, we're gonna catch
We're going to be a shipwreck with you driving. Good job, Alex.
Come down.
I'm coming down below the ship. This is deep in the ship's belly. It's where they keep all the rum.
That reminds me
Look,
of a song.
the list of provisions on board the Brig Amity. The hull of the Brig Amity. This is awesome. There's a couple of different steps you can go up. I'll just lead you up this one. It's quite narrow, so if you've got young kids, you probably got to hold on to them, or if you're a bigger beast. Oh, this looks like the sleeping quarters.
I saw a hammock.
Bit of a table. Tell you what, these dudes must have been pretty short back in the day,
Why short?
or you'd end up with a crook neck. Oh, there's a sleeping quarters, there's your hammock. That's how they used to sleep.
Don't know how I could sleep in one of those, but I can sleep in a hammock. I'm going on it.
Ah, that's so cool. So what did we learn? How many men were on the ship?
61.
61 men living in so close quarters. All right, we've just finished up at the Museum of the Great Southern. It was kind of cool, but nothing really to do with the ship. It's directly opposite the ship, Brig Amity. But it's definitely worth spending some time, particularly if you've got the kids. We spent another hour in there. There's a lot of play stuff upstairs for the kids, which they haven't seen for ages, being stuck in a van. But there's also some local stuff about the lighthouse and some whales and sharks and local stuff that they would catch or have caught in the area. So it's kind of cool. I'll spin you around. I'll see what Harrison's found. Bunjil. Look at you guys go. Do you reckon that would be warm at night?
No.
Is it a bit prickly? Morning all. Today we're heading out to the Albany strawberry farm. So it's Handaside's strawberry farm. I think you can pick your own when they're in season. But it's a good family friendly cafe that we got recommended. So the menu looks pretty good. So let's go check it out.
How many waffles? I'm gonna get on the wood.
Come on, Beanie.
Come on, Beanie. Beanie. Come on, Beanie. Horace. Beanie. Boris.
Alright, we've come out to the gap and the natural bridge. Hopefully the audio's alright. It's pretty blowy out here, but this place is awesome. You feel like you're on the edge of the ocean. So you get a bit of a story. There's some Dreamtime story stuff about the spears and an argument between brothers on either side of the rock. They fell in between the gap, which I'll show you in a sec, but it was a cool story. This is a great little place, awesome view, and there's amazing volcanic rocks, so I'll spin it around and you get to see some of the coastline. I'll see if I can put the drone up, but it's pretty blowy, so I don't want to lose it in the drink. And you come up the path. Peek over the edge. Wowee.
Don't drop the GoPro.
I'm holding onto the GoPro so tight. We're overhanging the gap and it is pounding down there on the rocks.
Those waves are really...
And you can see straight down. Do you get scared, bud?
No, I'm walking on water. I'm not scared.
You're not walking, are you? You're hovering.
Yeah.
All right, we have just climbed over the gap and the natural bridge.
Yeah.
Down at Albany, and it was very disconcerting. The gap is very cool. The bridge, it has a bit of flex to it as you're looking over the ocean. There's straight down drop. I reckon it must be 50 metres, but it was pretty cool. Definitely worth coming to check out. It's pretty blowy, as you can hear. What do you reckon?
Yeah, and the natural bridge is really awesome to see. They're right next to each other, so
we just learnt all about how the natural bridge has sort of been formed, and eventually it will collapse, but it's been here for millions of years, so it's not today.
no, it's a really beautiful spot actually. The coastline's really really cool place to come. Lots of people are here. Sunday morning.
You get an idea of true ocean stuff out here because it's pretty blowy. It's deep sea, sort of dark blue ocean, and there's plenty of ocean smashing up against the rocks. So it's a cool little place.
Yeah.
Definitely worth coming checking out.
Yeah, we're going to explore the rest of this national park now. Can't remember what it's called, Turindock or something like that.
Yes.
There's a lighthouse we'll look at, and we'll have a bit of a drive around here as well. And #1 beach in Australia voted last year. So
In 2022.
is here somewhere called Little Beach, so we'll go check that out as well. Not today for swimming though, but never mind.
It's a hoodie day, I reckon. Cool, let's go. Misery Beach. Best beach in Australia in 2022 apparently. There's a cool little secluded beach, there's a bit of fishing. There's a, I don't know if it's got voted that way because of the beach and the way the rocks roll in, but not a bad beach. I don't know if it's the best I've seen, but it's pretty cool either way. People do some fishing down there, swimming. It's a nice bit of sand, so I can see why people like it. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's a beautiful beach. I can see on a really sunny day why you would come down here.
Want to go for a dip?
No, it's way too cold.
I reckon you'd freeze your bum off. Kids having a good play in the sand though, so we'll spend the next half of here and then we'll disappear.
Look at that tarantula. That is really cool. Where? Oh, and the bird's up there. Oh, this is going to be so fun.
I don't know if you can hear, but the man is in action out the back there in the shed, starting his next masterpiece. Alright, there's your donation box, so here we go. That's a cheap activity for the kids. He's done a fantastic job. Daryl Radcliffe Chainsaw Carver. Come check him out, I reckon. Have a look at the owls up in the tree up there, Alex.
And a bomb. A gorilla bomb. A panic bomb. A bomb.
Oh, elephant, a rhino.
What?
How cool are they?
There's some shoes in a tree.
Rhinos.
Oh,
the
look at
elephants.
this! Look at that animal in the tank.
Oh yeah, a
Yeah,
crocodile.
spin it this
And look at these birds up here.
A crocodile.
I'll spin it out this side.
And crocodile.
I'll throw it out this side. How cool's the rhino on the tree?
And the bomb bomb.
And crocodile line in the dirt. What do you reckon, Alex? You having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's your fun? Okay.
So today we are leaving Albany after 4 nights here. We really enjoyed this place. It was a lovely little caravan park that we stayed at right next to the river. Kids went canoeing every day in the afternoon. We saw lots of free things here or donation activities. So yeah, we really enjoyed our time in Albany. But it is time to move on. We have a big day of travelling, even though we're not travelling that far. We are driving through Denmark to see the elephant rocks in the national park beach after Denmark. So that's our first stop. That's about an hour away. And then we're going to keep on driving to a place called, let me find it, Tingledale, which is where the Valley of the Giants treetop walk is. Hopefully the weather gets a bit better and we can walk on the top of the trees, which is really exciting. And then we're going to keep on driving again after that and just park up somewhere on the side of the road before heading through to Pemberton and Fonty's Pool tomorrow. So it's a bit of a travel day, stop start.